Hi, I'm Rock.
I'm Terry.
And we're Blue
Finger Productions. Oh, God.
Okay, we've done this 10 times and Terry was almost on the ball there.
Almost.
Okay, what you see here is a masked tape background. I had to say that slow because Terry and I have been giggling over this, but I'm going to show you how to get this. This is in one of my journal pages. It's a really easy technique. And what I do, I'm going to move this out of the way. And here I started one. I just take masking tape. And you can see I have some laying down. And I purposely let some of the edges shorter than the other. You can use paint on here.
Yeah, I think once you get the paint on, Rock, they'll see that some of those edges are just a little bit shorter.
Okay.
Let me just flip the camera a
use
little.
my fingers. But you can also use things like the spray.
Little misters.
Those little misters. And then you have to be careful when you go to take this tape off, because what I find is if you try to peel, do you see this 90-degree angle here, Terry?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you kind of keep the tape at that 90 degrees, you'll have less chance of ripping up the paper.
Oh, gotcha.
Just kind of a little technique. And then you kind of have to take it off the way that you put it on, which you can see.
So a little bit of patience, I think, huh?
A little bit, which I don't have too much of.
Me neither.
Oh, look. See, look here. Look. Do you see where that kind of ripped that paper a little bit?
Yeah, but you know what? That gives it character.
It does. You can put a little bit of gesso over that. We're actually going to add another layer to this. This is peeling the tape's a little time consuming.
But well worth the effort. Now, Rock, can you use like painter's tape too?
Yeah, anything that has a low stick on the back will be fine. So
okay, so no duct tape.
No duct tape. No scotch tape.
No scotch tape.
None of the printed tape. Oh, look, see here, there, it's ripping again.
Oh, yeah.
And it does happen a little bit. So
it's not too bad.
Don't be too worried about it, because most of the time you're looking for texture on your background anyway. Now what I do once I get all this tape off, see I have that first layer down of color, and you could leave it like that if you want it and just keep layering with other things like we did in some of our other videos in the past. But what I like to do is I like to take this masking tape and put it over areas that I already have some color on.
Kind of like a Mondrian effect.
Yeah, kind of like that. It doesn't matter really where you place your tape either. I personally really like to mix it up. And I didn't tear enough of these.
Well, that's okay. Now, if you notice, the sheet that Rock is working on is like one of the little silicone mats.
Yeah, it's
a non-stick surface, so that works really well for this particular technique.
And I'm just grabbing some misters that I have laying around. And you know, if you wanted to, you could take paper towel and you spray that on and just smear that out. You don't have to let those little bubbles on there. So you just layer it with color the way you want. I'm not going to really fill it in like the sample, because I just want to give you the...
I wonder if you could use an old Teflon cookie sheet.
What do you mean?
To put the tape down on.
A Teflon cookie sheet?
Sure, why not?
Because I have no clue what you're talking about. So if I say yes and you're trying to trick me,
I'm thinking that you glue your put your paper on the cookie sheet and then put your tape on it if you don't have a silicone mat.
Oh, yeah. Well, wax paper would work. Parchment paper would work.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
So, yeah, I mean, if you have a cookie sheet, I wouldn't want to bake cookies on it after.
Well, I'm not baking cookies anymore, so I figure I might as well use the sheets for something.
You might as well use them for something. Okay, look, so we have a little grid background, but you can still layer more on top of that. For example, I have one of these stencils that I bought.
Let's turn this just a touch.
Can you see?
Yep.
And if you just spray there. And what spray is on here, on top of there, look, I'm going to turn that over.
Ooh, very pretty.
And I'm just going to do a reverse
I love
smudge.
this technique. I love it.
And look.
Look, voila.
There, let me wipe that up.
Oh, how pretty.
But you see that's the reverse one.
Very
so there
pretty.
you have a great background. Very easy one. And you don't have to even put your tape in a grid shape. I mean, you could lay it diagonal. You could just lay pieces on it to get a piecey effect. So you don't have to do it this way.
Open to many interpretations, Rock.
It is, just like our friendship.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, we hope you try this.
And have fun with this new technique.
Okay. I was going to give a plug about my birthday.
Oh, it's Rock's birthday tomorrow, March the 2nd. So happy birthday, Rock.
Even though after you see this, I'm actually going to have had my birthday, but
that's okay.
That's right.
Well, happy birthday, Rock.
Thanks, Terry. I love you.
All right. Take care, everybody.
All right. Try this and have fun. See you later.
Bye.